GTA 6 might not just be the biggest game of the decade, it might be the most expensive piece of entertainment ever made. And that is not fanboy math done at 3 AM after too much energy drink. One current analysis of Rockstar's public filings suggests the company may already be at roughly $3 billion in combined wages and overhead by launch, with some speculative estimates stretching as high as $5 billion. That is still an estimate, not an official Rockstar number, but even the lower end is absurd enough to make most blockbuster movies look like they were filmed in somebody's garage. And here is the part that makes the whole thing funnier. Rockstar has already confirmed that Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming on November 19, 2026, and Take-Two has said Rockstar's launch marketing is set to begin this summer. So we are not just waiting for a game anymore, we are waiting for a financial event with guns, satire, helicopters, and probably one very expensive radio station full of songs nobody will stop talking about for the next 10 years. Think about what that means in plain English. If the budget really is anywhere near those estimates, then GTA 6 is not competing with other games, it is competing with the idea of what a game can even be. Most studios are trying to make a product, Rockstar is out here trying to build a cultural black hole and then charge 40 times your dignity to step inside it. That is why the comparison to Marvel movies matters and why it is still not enough. Even the biggest superhero franchises have budgets that look small when placed next to the number people are throwing around for GTA 6. The real question is not whether Rockstar can make it back. The real question is whether the game has to become a $1 trillion mood just to justify existing. Now let's make it more chaotic. Rockstar is also in the middle of expanding QA testing, and that has sent fans into full conspiracy mode. There have been recent reports of Rockstar hiring game testers in Bengaluru, which naturally made people ask the most important question in modern capitalism. Wait, can I get paid to play GTA 6 before everyone else? The answer is maybe, but not in the glamorous way people imagine. QA is not early access. QA is you found a bug where the car explodes when you open a menu and now you must reproduce it 17 times while a producer stares at you like you ruined Christmas. That said, if Rockstar does let players into the testing pipeline, it says a lot about how serious they are about polishing the game before launch. And it also means you can try to fire up that VPN and take Indian people jobs. Maybe, just maybe, you will be able to play GTA 6 earlier than anyone else and get that one in a lifetime opportunity. This is that one edge case where people from other countries would want to take Indians' job and not the other way around. But seriously, I bet that testing process in Rockstar is so secure that they wouldn't risk sharing too much of the game with some random tester from India, even if he would sign a really serious NDA. And honestly, that is very Rockstar. They do not just make games, they weaponize anticipation and then act shocked when people obsess over every pixel. That is why the next point matters so much. GTA 6 almost certainly is not going to cost $100. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick recently said he could not imagine putting interstitial ads into a game people pay $70 or $80 for, and he made it clear that a premium title should not feel like a hostage situation with a loading screen. The implication is pretty simple, the base game is expected to stay in the $70 to $80 range, even if special editions try to drain your wallet with deluxe nonsense, cosmetic extras and whatever digital trinket publishers now call value. That matters because GTA 6 is probably going to make its real money the same way Rockstar always makes its real money, by turning the online ecosystem into a second economy. And Rockstar knows this better than anyone. It has been publicly leaning into community-driven content in GTA Online, including the Community Series Showcase, which rewards player-made jobs and creator content. Rockstar also officially brought CFX-RE, the team behind 5AM and Red M, into the company in 2023, which is a giant neon sign saying that user-created experiences are not some side hobby anymore, they are part of the future. This is where the comparison to Roblox or Fortnite starts to get less stupid than it sounds. Not because GTA 6 will become a child-friendly sandbox, obviously, because this is still a game where people steal cars, start wars, and ruin everyone's afternoon. But because the direction is clear, Rockstar seems interested in a platform, not just a boxed product. The community content push in GTA Online is not random, it is a test. It is Rockstar watching what players build, what they play, what sticks, and what creates long-term engagement. In other words, Rockstar may be learning from the audience that has spent a decade and a half proving it can outlive the studio's own roadmap, that is both brilliant and slightly terrifying. And that leads straight into the marketing game, or more accurately, the waiting game disguised as marketing. Take-Two has already said Rockstar's launch marketing starts this summer, which means the hype machine is not fully awake yet, even though the internet is already behaving like the final trailer has personally insulted everyone's bloodline. This is exactly how Rockstar likes it. Silence creates hunger, hunger creates theories, theories create free advertising, free advertising creates a cultural event. Then everybody pretends the strategy was accidental, as if the company did not just spend years training the internet to treat every still image like religious evidence. So when people scream about Trailer 3, the smarter take is this. Maybe it is close, maybe it is not, but the real point is that Rockstar does not need to rush. The company has already locked in the release date, already confirmed the next marketing phase, and already made the entire gaming world spend months staring at empty calendar pages like abandoned dogs outside a closed store. That is not incompetence, that is the business model. Rockstar is not selling a trailer, Rockstar is selling anticipation, and somehow, unbelievably, it keeps working. Now let's talk about the weird little reminder that Rockstar has always been a studio full of abandoned ideas. Recent discovery of an old GTA development kit uncovered unfinished assets, including a zombie mode that never made it into the final game. Former Rockstar technical director Obi Vermeij said it was probably an experiment that did not work out, which is a very polite way of saying that Rockstar, like every ambitious studio, prototypes a bunch of wild stuff and then throws most of it into the void. That matters because GTA 6 almost certainly has its own graveyard of cut content right now. There are probably entire systems, missions and side modes that looked incredible on a whiteboard and died the moment they met reality. Scope, or the phrase, "can we ship this?" That is also why this game is so dangerous for Rockstar. When the hype gets this big, people stop judging the game on what it is and start judging it on what they dreamed it would be. That is how disappointment happens. Not because the game is bad, but because the fantasy grew faster than the product. A huge budget does not automatically make a perfect game. It can also make a very expensive target for disappointment. And if GTA 6 lands even slightly below the impossible legend people have built around it, the internet will behave like the moon crashed into Vice City. That said, Rockstar is in a stronger position than almost any other studio on Earth. It has the brand, the money, the years of trust, the online ecosystem, and the one thing money usually cannot buy: cultural gravity. That is why the delay is not just a delay, it is part of the strategy. It gives Rockstar more time, more polish, more hype, and a better chance to launch a game that feels less like a release and more like a takeover. In that sense, the phrase "too big to fail" is not even a joke anymore, it is a warning label. So here's the real takeaway. GTA 6 is not just another sequel, it is a test of whether one game can justify years of anticipation, a possibly historic budget, and a level of cultural pressure that would crush most studios into dust. It might end up being the greatest open world game ever made, it might also end up being the biggest reminder that hype is a drug and Rockstar is the most disciplined dealer in gaming. Either way, everybody is watching and Rockstar knows it. If you made it this far, hit like, subscribe and stick around because this story is nowhere near done. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.